very excited to show you what I have today. This is the Renogy 1 Core. It's their newest hub, which contains energy monitoring, RV leveling, and even smart automation. The device has a 4-inch screen, it's color, and it's 480 by 480p. It has a 4 communication protocols. Get this, it has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth LE and Bluetooth Mesh, ZigBee, and RS-485. It has a very wide operating voltage. You can actually power it in two ways, using a USB port, a typical USB Type-C, which is 5 volt DC, or you can also use just your direct current or DC input of between 8 to 60 volts. So you can connect this to your battery system, whether it's 12, 24, or 48, so up to 60 volts. With the smart automation, we also have a few smart gadgets here. The smart plug, a motion sensor, and the smart relay, and a door and window contact sensor. So I'm going to get into this a bit later. Okay, let's plug this in. Well, that's nice. So what we're going to do first is we're going to pair it with the app. So we have to go to System and pair with app. Now I'm going to get my phone to scan the QR code. So I had to change phones here because my camera phone was the phone that had the DC Home app. So now with the DC Home app open and the Renogy 1 Core asking for a QR code, what you do is press plus and then you put scan QR code. Now I'm going to let it scan the QR code. I'll try again. Let's get closer here. It actually paired up, and what I ended up doing was I just kind of stopped it and then remade the QR code, and then I scanned it with my DC Home app, and it worked. So it said Renogy Core 1 paired successfully. Now it's important that you have the latest version of the DC Home app. Okay, now that it's added to my, or paired to my phone, let's see if it can pick up some of the devices here. So let's go to add device. So it's scanning, great. It picked up my Rover controller. And I'll click on add. Added successfully, awesome. Now let's add, now I should pick up my battery and my inverter. Let's give it a second. So if we go into the menu, we can see there's a date and time setting. There's also a network setting, and that's how you set up your Wi-Fi, and you can set up your temperature units here. And we did the pair with the app, and then there's about, and you can check for updates. So it says my version is up to date. And there's some automatic restarts, reset power. So I don't want to restart it right now, but automatic restart, I believe you can let it restart whenever you want, which is a nice feature. And there's a reset option and power off. Okay, here's the main screen. You can see my two devices. My Rover 40 is now connected, and you can see it's connected through Bluetooth Low Energy. That's why it's a BLE. And you can see my inverter is also connected through BLE, and it gives me all the information from my inverter. Now, this interesting device has a load leveling or RV leveling feature, which as you can tell, it updates in live time. So when I kind of rotate it, you could see, oh yeah, that's a pretty bad angle for the RV. So it goes left and right. So this is basically saying that it's leveled this way, but it also goes in this axis. So from rear to front and left to right. So it looks like it's got at least a couple of axes, left and right and rear to front. So this is a handy feature for those who have RVs installations. And you can calibrate it too. And you can obviously change it how it's facing. So in this case, you can put it if it's in the front facing or that facing, which is really cool. So next, what I'd like to do is add a couple of ZigBee sensors. So ZigBee, if you're not familiar with ZigBee, it's a communication protocol for a large amount of automation devices. Like ZigBee is pretty huge in terms of available sensors here. Now, to pair ZigBee devices, typically you need to put them in pairing mode. So we're going to pull out the battery insulation. One, two, three, four. There we go. And it picked up the motion detector. I keep pushing that there. And then add. Now we successfully added the motion detector. So let's see how it looks here. So I think it's under home. So there we go. So motion sensor, and it was detected. And I don't want to rename it, but those are the devices. Next, we can also add this window door sensor. Also comes with some sticky tape. So in this case, I presume we'll also have to pop it open. So it picked up the device, and we'll add that. So now we can manage that. So now it says that the door is opened. So let's put this near it. So see the two arrows, try to match the two arrows up. And now it's closed. Open, closed. So next we're going to try this ZigBee plug, which is a smart plug, and this should allow you to open and close devices. And so we'll have to plug this one in. I happen to have a power bar here. So which I'm also running the hub on. So let's just plug this in. So the hub is flashing, or the plug is flashing. So let's add a device. So let's go to settings, add device. And I believe this one is already in pairing mode. And there it is. It just picked it up. And I just hit add. And now it's displayed as a device. So check this out. So this is the smart plug. So we can turn it on and off. So you click on the power button there and you can hear the clicking. There you go. Smart plug. So next device is a smart relay. So this is a little bit more specialized in terms of what to use for. So the important thing about this is that the power supply is 8 to 30 volt DC. The load can be up to 250 volt AC or 30 volt DC max with 16 amps max. Okay, I just did a quick wiring of this relay. I'm using a 9 volt DC power supply. And yeah, let's try to pair this up. So it's flashing blue. Okay, so let's go to add device. And it should pick it up, and there it is. A smart relay is basically an on-off switch. You can use it to control devices that run on DC or AC. So there's not really much I can show here, but I do have my voltmeter here, which we can test for continuity. So I'm gonna put the leads on here. So right now I have my voltmeter connected to the in-out of the relay, and right now it's displaying as OL. So if we turn on the relay, let me see there, you can see like that. Guys, these screens are so reflective, sorry about this, but my multimeter connected to the in and the out of the relay, and you can see that I'm measuring continuity here. So right now it's displayed as OL. So let's turn on the smart relay. See? So you hear the click, it's on, and now we see a number. The number doesn't mean anything. It just means that the connection is now open. And now we can turn it off. Oh. And we're back to OL. So again, another awesome home automation method to use with these Renogy ZigBee devices. Okay, so here I have the device installed in my shed, and I have an Ethernet cable and the power cable installed on the back. So as you can see, now the Ethernet cable is connected to the hub where I have my inverter and my Renogy self-heating battery. Here's the battery, here's the hub. So what I wanted to do is actually add, so I removed the Bluetooth connection. So that's my rover. Of course, my rover is using a BT1, so it's not on the same system. So it is a Bluetooth connection from the rover to the hub. But I want a wired connection for my rover, for my inverter and for my battery. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go to Add Devices, and it's going to search. So look, it found the battery, and then I click Add and press Got It. Now I'll go back home, and you can see my batteries there, and it just updated. Okay, and what's interesting is you can see here the connection is an RS485. It doesn't say that it's BLE anymore because I'm connecting directly through wire. Okay, now what's interesting is that it doesn't actually see the inverter. So what I have to do is I have to unplug my battery from the hub. So I'll unplug it, and I'm just going to go back so that I refresh it. So it should find my inverter. Okay, the focus is getting a little bit crappy. There, now it found my inverter. Okay, now I'm going to add, oh, not that, I want to add, and got it. Now I'm just going to plug my battery back in and go back to the home screen. So there, now we have my rover, which is through Bluetooth. Okay. And my inverter. So we can check out the inverter. My inverter is getting hot. It's at 44 degrees. But you can see the connection is RS485. I also put the door window contact on this window, and I put the motion detector here so it faces away from the sun or the heat. And there is my smart plug, which controls, in this case, a Google Home speaker. So I have everything connected to the hub, and the inverter and the battery are wired connections, whereas my rover is a wireless connection via Bluetooth. So you can see here all the stats. Let me try to do it away so you don't get the reflection here. But for example, click on battery. I have all my battery stats, and it's kind of flipping back and forth. It's a fully charged battery, and I have my cell voltages here, and my rover, which is connected through BLE, as you see there, because it's a BT1 system, and my inverter, showing my stats for the inverter. Also, my smart home connections are here. As you can see, the door's sensor is closed, which is actually the window sensor. So I'll open it. Opened it, and now you see that it shows as opened. And of course, the motion sensor is detected as I'm standing right behind it. And my smart plug is on because my Google Home speaker has power. And right now I don't have the smart relay connected, but you can see here it also shows all the friendly devices. And my RV leveling, so you can see what kind of a job I did by installing this. So it's clear left to right is good. It looks good by eye, but it seems I have a little bit too much right for the, or actually, sorry, it's a little bit too much to the right. So there. And of course, there's other options here. I mentioned before. And this, of course, is connected to my house internet. So my house internet is just 50 feet away. And then you can actually also add a sleep mode and a brightness mode, shown here. Because this is now a cloud connection, you'll be able to see and access every device that the One Core is connected to on your phone while you're not at home. Here I can see all the details for my battery, my rover, and I can control individual devices such as the connected ZigBee devices. It also tells me the status of the device, for example, the door window contact, which I am now changing it to the correct name. Now I'm going to show you how to make some custom automations using the Renogy 1 core. Because we have all these connected ZigBee devices, we can now create an automation. Say, for example, turn off the smart plug when the battery drops below 20%. Or turn off the relay, and because the relay can handle various types of DC loads, you may even be able to connect certain DC load connections or AC load connections, all based on the automation and information that the Renogy 1 core can create. And when you create your automation or scene, you can now see that favorited scene on the main page or home page of your DC Home app. I hope you enjoyed my video. That is all I have to say about this really awesome product. And last but not least, I'd like to thank Renogy for sending me these products so that I can make this video. If you join their advocator program, one day you'll be making a review video for yourself and for the community. Thank you.